Hello dear students, welcome to the another video tutorial of the histology. In that we have studied the second chapters, the previous some points, and we have studied in last lecture, that is the muscular tissues. The three main type of the muscular tissues: the skeletal or the voluntary muscular tissues, the smooth muscles, and the last one is the cardiac muscles. So in this tutorial, we are going to study the last point, that will be the fifth main type of the tissues, known as the nervous tissues. So as you can see in the picture, that is the highlighted in the green color is the nerve cell, and the its total constituents or its structure of the nerve cell, that is it has some branches at the body known as the dendrites, the long terminal axis like projection known as the axon, and the uh, other known as the terminals, and the highlighted uh, the other one is the stained by the particular type of the stains, and this is the picture of this nerve cell. So we are moving forward to understand what are the nerve tissues. Okay, so these will be our learning objectives while we are studying the nervous tissue. We are going to describe and the characteristics of the nervous tissue and how these enable the unique function of the nervous tissues. So by the end of this session, you will be able to identify the classes of the cells that make up the nervous tissues. You will be able to describe the characteristics of the nervous tissue. So let's begin our topic. So what are the nervous tissues? Nervous tissues is the highly specialized tissue like the cardiac cells, where they are highly specialized for the pumping purpose, and these nervous tissues are highly specialized tissue derived from the embryonic ectoderm. So we have seen that in the embryonic stages, the origin of the various tissues, that the endoderm, ectoderm, and the uh, other mesoderms. Okay, so the all muscular tissues are originate from the mesoderms, as well as these nervous tissues are originated from the ectoderm. So the nervous or the nerve tissues is the main tissues of our nervous system, and it monitors and regulates the function of the body. So there are some similarities in the dividation of this particular type of the nervous tissue, that they are specialized to regulate the function of the body. Okay, so the nervous tissues consist of two cells: the nerve cell, or it also known as the neurons, and the glial cells, which helps the transmit nerve impulses and also provides nutrients to the neurons. Okay, the nutrients to neurons is provided by the glial cells, and that glial cells are also considered as the nervous tissue, and neurons are the cells of the one of the type of the cells of this nervous tissue. Okay, so this tissue is comprises by means of the neurons as well as the glial cells. The brain brain, spinal cord, and the nerves are composed of various nervous tissues. Okay, so they are specialized for being stimulated to transmit some stimulus or the electric impulses also known as the electrochemical impulses. That means the some electric impulses plus some chemical released from this particular type of the uh, cells to maintain the axis or to maintain the flow of the stimulus. And these all together, the stimulus form one to the other part of the body, or this process is a very rapid process. So as you can see in this picture that the uh, our body of the neuron cells is located over here, and the stained neuron cells in the brick color in this blue ocean like stained, and these all are the cells, neuron cells. Okay, so this is all are the nervous cells of the nervous tissue, and the pointers are pointing out the neuron cells. So we are going to see the we are going to zoom in by the 1600 times, and we are going to see these what are the neurons are. The cell body of a neuron is also called as the soma. So as you can see the cell body, you can see the dendrites, the cell body, the axon, and uh, again they are connecting by means of the contact with the other cells. So the body of the neuron is also known as the soma, which contains the nucleus and the mitochondria. Okay, and the dendrites transfers the nerve impulses to the soma. Okay, and the axon carries the action potential away to other excitable cell. So the nerve impulse is only the one-way impulses which are received by the dendrites, and then they are transferred to the soma, that is the cell body, and after that that will be transferred by means of axon to the end of this particular neuron, and at the end by means of the synapse or the other voltage gated channels or the electrical impulses, this information or that message is going to convey by means of this particular type of the dendrites, soma, axon, and the end that are going to pass to the another cell, or the at the end they are passed to the targeted cells. Okay, so the structure of a nervous tissue, as the structure we have seen in the last slide, but there are some specifications also there in this particular type of the neuron tissue. That specification we are going to see. It is made of the nerve cells, or they are also known as the neurons, and all of which consist of an axon. We have seen that the long cylindrical um, pipe-like structure is known as the axon. An axon are the long stem-like projections which emerging out of the cells responsible for the communicating with the other cells called the target cells, and thereby they passing impulses or the electrochemical signals through themselves. The main part is the cell body, which contains the nucleus, cytoplasm, and the cell organelles, which extensions of the cell membrane are referred to as the process. So these impulses and these signals are referred as one particular term known as the process. So after this, we are going to this particular impulse is for a particular type of the cell or the targeted cell. So this impulse is transferred from one cell to the targeted cell, this is all called as the process. So after this we are going to use the word process. Okay, process is nothing but the one transfer of the signal is known as the process. So the dendrite is a highly branched process responsible for receiving information from the neurons, and they are going to synapses, and this specialized point of the contact, that means the two uh, end, when the dendrites are going to receive the signal from the axons end, there will be some gap in between. Okay, so that gap is known as the synapse, and the how the conduction is occur in that particular gap, that is known as the synapses. We are going to see synapses in this second part of this lecture in detail. So the information of the neurons is provided by the dendrites to connect with the cell of the body. So the information in a neuron is unidirectional. This is very important statement, that is the information is going to convey from only one way. That is the only one way of interaction. That is, information in the neuron is unidirectional, as it passes through the neurons from the dendrites across the cell body down to the axon, and again the next cell, the dendrites of this next cell is going to receive the signal from the axon, and the last cell's um, end of the axon is going to convey this message to the target cell. Okay, so as you can see in this picture, the various specifications of these nerve cells are, at the first you can going to see the dendrites, the highly branched structure. Second known is the cell body, or also called as the soma. The third is the axon. Okay, so the axon is from the at the end of the soma to the end of the total nerve cell, known as the axon. The fourth one is the node of Ranvier. See, this is the node of Ranvier, where these myelin sheaths, the gap between these two myelin sheaths. Okay, that means there will be the exposure of this axon, and may there be the connection of this other cell, may be connect their ends to this particular type of the nerve cell. This nerve cell may be the main nerve cell, and that another type of the nerve cell is going to attach or the convey one message to this particular main type. So that's why these gaps named as the node of Ranvier is created. So the fifth one is you going to see the axon terminals. So these axon terminals, as we all know, that these are going to transmit the information by means of the synapses or the synapse to the another dendrites of the another nerve cell. So you can see the sixth one, the Schwann cells. Okay, the Schwann cells are these uh, cells of the myelin sheaths. Okay, and they are providing the extra support. So the seventh one is myelin sheath. Okay, this yellow, and eighth one is the nucleus. So this is the all structural capabilities of the nerve cells. Okay, so the nervous tissue locations where these nervous tissues are being located. So the nerve tissues or the nervous tissues is the chief tissue components of the two major parts of the nerve tissues, known as the central nervous system, or referred as the CNS, formed by the spinal cords and the brain. Okay, so the spinal cord and the brain is together comprises the central nervous system, and the branching of this particular nervous central nervous system known as the peripheral nerve or the peripheral nervous system. So the peripheral nerves and the chief components, that is the central nervous system, these are the two main components which are having these nervous tissues. So the peripheral nervous system is also referred as the PNS. These peripheral nervous system control and regulate the function of the body. These peripheral nervous system as well as the central nervous system, that together controls and the regulate the function of the body. So there are some activities like the balance or the our motions. So these are all controlled by this central nervous system, that is the brain and the spinal cord as well as the peripheral nervous system. So the nervous tissue is located in the peripheral nervous system all through the body and also in the organs of the central nervous system, such as the spinal cord and the brain. We have seen that. The nervous tissue consists of nerve cells or the neurons. So they are the specialized cells that react to the stimuli or the stimulus by generating signals through the axon, and which are elongated structures arising from the cell body. So there are some characteristics of the nervous tissues, that are the nervous tissues uh, make up for the central nervous system as well as the peripheral nervous system, both together of the nervous system, and it consists two distinct cells, neurons as well as the glial cells. So it consists of the dendrites, cell body, axon, and the nerve endings. Okay, so the neurons secrete some chemical neurotransmitters, like the acetylcholine is the one chemical neurotransmitter which are we are going to see the in the process of the synapses, which are responsible for the stimulating other neurons as a result of the stimulus or the stimuli. So these chemical neurotransmitters are the means of the some signals. Okay, and that signal is as result they of this particular stimulus. So the presence of the specialization at the axonal terminal are called the synapses. So these particular type of these gaps, which are by means of the some by means of some activity, they are going to convey one signal from the one cell to the other cell. So that process is known as the synapses. So the nerve cells live long. They are lifelong cells. Their life is about um, long than the other cells. They cannot be divided and replaced. Okay. So but some memory cells are replaced, and other than the memory cells, the other cells uh, are not going to replaced. Okay, so the functions of the nervous tissue: the neurons generate and they carry out the nerve impulses, that are the signals, and they produce electrical signals that are transmitted across the distances. They do so by secreting some chemical neurotransmitters. Okay, So the the function of the nervous tissue is they respond to that stimulus or that neurotransmitters which are generated by the nerve impulses. Okay, and they carries out the communication and inter integration. Okay, so these integration and the communication by means of the nerve impulses carried out by the nervous tissues, and they provides the electrical stimulus to the nerve cells to remove debris. Okay, and the nerve tissues carries messages from other neurons to the cell body or the targeted body. Okay, or the targeted tissue. It may be cell, some action may be in that, like the reflex action. Sorry, reflex action is not the particular conveyor, so that is the directly by means of the central nervous ganglia. Okay, um, the we are going to see the in detail what are the dendrites and the axons. So the firstly, what are the dendrites? As you all know, highlighted in the yellow color is all the dendrites. Okay, so these highly branched structure. So what are the structures? What is the structure and how they carry their role? We are going to see that. So the dendrites are the projections of the neurons. They are also known as the nerve cells, and that receives signals or the information from the other neuron. Okay, so this is very important that they are receiving. Okay, so the transfer of the information from the neuron to the another is achieved through the chemical signals and electrical impulses, that is together known as the electrochemical signals. Okay, so the information transfer is usually received at the dendrites and through chemical signals, then it travels to the cell body, which are also known as the soma, and continues along the neuronal axon as the electric impulse, and it's finally transferred into the next neuron at the synapse. Okay, the synapse is the gap between two nerve cells. Okay, so the which is the place where the two neurons exchange information through the chemical signals, or it may be directly the electrical impulses by means of the ion gated channels. Okay, so it is the synapse meet uh, the end of the neuron. Okay, and the beginning of the dendrites. So the beginning of the another dendrites, that is the second tissue, and the end of the first neuron, and that is known as the synapse and of the cell, of the nerve cell. So the function of the dendrites are to receive signals from the other neurons, to process these signals, and to transfer the information to the soma of the neuron. Okay, so as we have seen, this highlighted structure is the structure of the dendrites, and they are receiving signal by means of the synapses, or the some chemical impulses from the nerve endings of the another neuron. Okay, and they are going to again transfer to the soma, and soma again going to transfer that signal to the axon, and axon again going to transfer that signal to the nerve endings, and again there will be synapses or the some direct chemical signaling. Okay, so the again the axon, we are going to elaborate what are these axons are. Okay, so an axon or a nerve fiber is a long cylindrical projection of a nerve cell or the neuron. that conducts electrical impulses away from the neuron cell body to the soma or the uh, okay. So they conduct the signals they received from this soma, and that soma have received some signals by means of the dendrites, and they are going to conduct the electrical impulses through the that long cylindrical projections known as the axon. So the axon are the effect of the primary transmissions lines of the nervous system, and as bundles they help to make as the nerve. Okay, the singular uh, axon is going to convey from the one neuron to the another neuron, but in bundles these axons are named as the nerves. Okay, which are helpful in the some ganglia and some central nervous system. They uh, they get together, axons get together and form a particular structure, the thick structure known as the nerve. Okay, and individual axons are the microscopic. Their diameter is the typically about the 1 micrometer across, but many extends to microscopic lengths. Okay, so the longest the longest axon in the human body, uh, for example, there are those of the uh, named as the sciatic nerves. Okay, so these sciatic nerves, which run from the base of the spine, from our spinal cord, they are originate from our spinal cord and up to the our toe. Okay, so up to the our ending of the toe. So this long as the one nerve is the longest nerve, which name is the sciatic nerve. Okay, so uh, these signals cell fibers may extend a meter or even longer than that. In vertebrates, the axon of many neurons are sheathed in the myelin. Okay, sheath in the myelin, that means of the they are insulated by means of the myelin sheath. Okay, which is formed by the either of two types of the glial cells. So this myelin sheath is formed by the two type of the glial cells. That means they are going to protect um, these conducted or the electrical impulses. Uh, as you can see in the wire, our in the houses, the our electrical wires having some plastic coating on it. That means they are known as the insulators. Okay, so these electricity is going to flow from these wires. Okay, and that wire is insulated by means of the plastic, so that the we are not going to shock or the some loss of that electricity is not going to happen. So the providing or the protecting that loss is this myelin sheath is um, connect or the round or they are making some layer on this particular axon known as the myelin sheath. Okay, so the myelin sheath is also going to perform a similar function as the insulator on the wires, that they are going to protect the loss of this chemical signal or the electrical impulses. Okay, so the sheath myelins are of the two types of the cells. They are make up from the two types of the cells known as the glial cells, which are also going to provide nourishment as well as the nutrients to the neurons and protecting the these electrical impulses known as the Schwann cells as well as the oligodendrocytes. So these Schwann cells is unsheathing the peripheral nervous, and the oligodendrites are insulating those of the central nervous system. Okay, that the loss of these particular electrical impulses is protected. So as you can see in this picture, the uh, TS as well as the axon is elaborated, or they are very, the medullated nerve fibers, as you can see in the first named as the in the A section, that you can see that the node of Ranvier, the nucleus of the Schwann cell. So this particular highlighted blue color lining is of the Schwann cell. Okay, and that uh, one particular myelin sheath is located on the nerve fibers. Okay, so that the nerve fibers are the protected by means of the plasma membrane of this axon, and these above that plasma membrane is the myelin sheath, that is the insulator, providing support, or the providing the loss of these electrical impulses. And these nucleus of the Schwann cells as well as the sheath of the Schwann cells is seen in this particular type of the picture. In the second picture, that is the TS of myelin sheath and the Schwann cells, showing the how that myelin is line along this axon and Schwann cells. Okay, so as you can see, the neurofibrils or the microfilaments and the microtubules in it. Okay, so these neurofibrils and the microfilaments and the microtubules are going to conduct these electrical impulses. They are very much protected by means of this plasma membrane axon and the myelin sheath. Let's focus on this TS of the myelin sheath, showing the myelin and the Schwann cells of the TS of this particular axon. So the plasma membrane of axon, you are going to see this particular blue line, and the myelin sheath is in the brick color. That is the how big coating is there to provide the support as well as the providing the loss of these electrical impulses. Okay, you can see there the uh, neurolemma as well as the nucleus of this Schwann cell. Okay, so this is very important that the this stimulus is uh, perfectly pass from the cell body to the nerve endings. Okay, so the classification of some neurons. So the neurons are propagate information via the electrochemical impulses, as we have seen. uh, uh, that particular process or that electrochemical impulses are known as the action potential. That process is known as the action potential, which are biochemically like to release of the chemical signals. That is, the neuroganglia play an essential role in supporting the neurons. So the neuroganglia are the some collaborations, or they are going to come together and form a mass known as the ganglia. Okay, so as you can see, the some insects are not having the fully developed brain, but their reflexes are fast. So why that insects are managed to fast their reflexes? So that they having their central nervous system having the some ganglia. So that particular ganglia is going to support or to respond a particular type of the body of that insect, so that they are very fast and very fast moving, as well as the speed in that particular type of the insects. That means these neuroganglia are the you can say them as the mini brain. Okay, so these neuroganglia plays an essential role in supporting to the neurons or the nervous tissues. There are particularly four type of the you can see the nervous tissues. The first one, that is unipolar. So unipolar means, the uni means the single, polar means the that particular process. Okay, when the cell is only one process. Okay, and the axon, these are found only in the some lower vertebrates. So these unipolar type of the nerve cells are found in the some lower vertebrates that may having the underdeveloped brain. Okay, so only one process at a time they can manage. Okay, so the second type is the pseudo unipolar nervous tissues. So the pseudo unipolar nervous tissues, when one small process, okay, so the one small process is uh, divides into two branches. Okay, one small process is divided into two impulses. That is, these neurons occurs in ganglia of the spinal cords and the cranial nerves. Okay, so the third type, okay, the I'm going to see the unipolar. We will, what we will do, we will have the as a one description as well as one diagram. Okay, so I'm going to see some diagrams uh, to of the unipolar. That the first one is the unipolar. As you can see in the first, to your left is the unipolar neuron, that having the one particular that are managing to the only one type of the particular um, process. Okay, and the second one, then, that is the pseudo unipolar. Okay, you can see in these in between um, A, B and C, the B is pseudo unipolar. That is the that one process is divided in the two branches. As you can see, the cell body of that particular type of the uh, nerve cell is in between the two dendrites. Okay, the dendrites are in up, and the nerve endings at the down, and that particular process is divided into two um, two types. Okay, that particular process is divided into uh, two branches. That is the pseudo unipolar. Okay, the third type is the bipolar. The bipolar, when one process emerges from each pole of the cell. Okay, you have to remember these particular processes, that the how that are classified into these particular type of the nerve cells. So the bipolar are the cells, neuron cells, which having the they have the ability to, one process emerges from each pole of the cell, and where one process is dendrites and the other at the axon, called as the bipolar neuron. So these cells occurs in the olfactory, nasal and the epithelium and the retina. Okay, the fourth one is the multipolar. When one more than the two processes come out from the cell body, and usually one is the very long, called as the axon, and these cells are found in the brain, spinal cord and the ganglia. Okay, as you can see in the picture, that is the unipolar, pseudo unipolar and bipolar, as well as the multipolar neurons having their particular structures, and the branching of the dendrites is different, as well as the location of their cell body or the soma is different. Okay, and the axon, uh, the location of the axon is differs. So in the bipolar and the multipolar neurons, you can see the one processes is at a time many processes are going to conduct, that is in the multipolar. Okay, so that the in the unipolar at a time only one process is going to convey. In the pseudo unipolar, at a time only one process is going to proceed, but that one process is going to divide it into two branches. Okay, in the bipolar, at a time more than one process is going to convey, but um, the location of the cell body or the soma of that particular dendrites, and having some one process emerges from each pole of this particular type of the dendrite, and that will be passed from this cell body to the axon and the nerve endings. Okay, so in the multipolar, so that will be the at a time many processes can be handled by means of these multipolar neurons, and that will be passed as like as the uh, dendrites are going to receive signals to the soma, and soma is going to convey that signal to the axon, and the again that will be by means of the nerve endings or the synapses. Okay, that will be convey these signals to the targeted cell, up to the targeted cell. So as you can see the some multipolar neurons are in the there are some types of these multipolar neuron. Okay, multipolar means at a time many processes are going to happen. So there are some types like the motor neuron or the spinal cord. The motor neuron or the spinal cord, in the spinal cord, this particular type of the uh, cells like this one, the multipolar, okay, are going to see. Okay, and the second, that is the uh, pyramidal cell of the hippocampus. Hippocampus means hippocampus is a particular area of the brain. Okay, and in brain there are many processes at a time going to occur, and that many processes named as the many signals, that may be the electrochemical or the electrical impulses. So these uh, the branching of the dendrites are seen in the brain cells. Okay, so as you can see the apical dendrite, that means the branching named as the apical dendrites, the basal dendrites, and the cell body, again the axon and the nerve endings. As you can see in these Purkinje cells of the cerebellum, as you know, the cerebellum of is the highly developed structures of the brain. Okay, and these highly developed structures known as the cerebellum or the medulla oblongata is filled with this type of the neurons. So as you can see, the dendrites are very much branched, and that are the located in the cerebellum. So these are the three types of the multipolar cells or the um, multipolar neurons. Okay, so we are going to stop here, and next part we are going to continue the nervous tissue. That will be the our second part. Okay, so thank you guys.